How's that?
Well, I'll just add that we're going to provide 2 companies on
That's
stage.
right.
And so somebody from Harlem is going to make a bunch of money, right?
That's, yes, they will. Is there any other answer?
Yeah.
My name? Doug.
Yeah, Bennett, B-I-N-E-T-T-E.
And I'm sorry?
Your last name?
Oh, Bennett, B-I-N-E-T-T-E. I'm on LinkedIn, so if you want to find me there or connect afterwards, I'm happy to chat and answer any questions you have. So nice to meet you all.
Very good. Thank you, Doug. Thank you. I'm going to keep this going. So we're going to do this very, very quick. I don't know if it's possible, but I'm going to try to do this very quick. Say your name, right? I want to move this microphone around and I just want to know everybody's name. I want to know, I will not remember them, but I definitely want to hear it tonight, all right? So we're going to go, everybody. Everybody. We got everybody to say. And while we're doing this, I'm also going to take a picture with you guys and not just like, this is a thing. Like a little bit of energy. We're in Harlem here. Come on. Baron, why don't you stop? You don't got to stand up, but that's okay.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Baron Carr. Happy to be here.
Very good. Wonderful.
Now you done started something, Baron.
That's right.
I'm Mickey Brown, and that's it.
Very good.
I'm JT Thompson, Hip Hop Hall of Fame, Harlem Arts Alliance.
Hello.
Christine Ferrier, Head of Partner Marketing at Row, and also the founder of Tech Walk, a networking community for tech and SaaS professionals.
You'll hear more about that.
Good evening, my name is CJ Birkin with Corinne Academy, and I've known this man way too long.
Hi, I'm Allie.
Very good.
Hi, I'm Martin Smallhorn, school leader of the Lehman YBC, #1 evening high school in New York City.
Hello, I'm Hassan Teta.
I need to turn around.
Turn around, please do.
I have met the challenge, I turned around. Dallas Lee Bell, the sturdy black bridge.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Frederick Settles. I'm a program manager at Health and Hospitals, the Gotham Health Service Line.
Hello, everyone. My name is Carlos.
Nigel Roseman, Head of Technology.
Hi, everyone. Sion Britton, researcher.
Hi, everyone. Yash Rawal, Jesco Venture Labs.
My name is Linda Dabo, and I am with Afro Crowd and Alphabet Wiki Edit and Study Group. And we are organizing for Wikimania 2025, which is going to be in Nairobi, Kenya. And our goal is to have 2,000 to 3,000 Black people in Kenya in 2025. We are like 0.5% African American editors and 1% African editors. So we're going to flip that script this year in 2025 in Nairobi.
Hello, my name is Chin.
Teresa L.C. Hammonds, Line Pathways.
Rebecca Johnson.
Yvonne Woods, Tech Professional.
Hi, my name is Justin.
Yvonne Gillard Randolph, founder of Grandparents Around the World.
Hello, everyone. Tony Mendez, Sugar Hill, New York.
Austin Carter.
Hi, everyone. Christine Sawyer, and I'm a software engineer.
Abasi, I'm a head of technology. Abasi Anatol.
Hi, everyone. I'm Shanasia, also known as Nubian, and I am the CEO of Crown Nubian.
My name is Nima. I'm an MIT engineer, executive director at Address Hey, and I look forward to talking to you guys shortly.
Hello, my name is Latoya Nicole, and I'm a designer.
Dawn Irby.
Hello, I'm Juyong Kim. I'm a Korean student, and I'm grateful to have this opportunity. Thank you.
Hello,
My name is Jae Kim, and I'm from South Korea. And it's only 1 month to arrive in the States, so I'm really looking forward to have a conference with you guys.
Hi, my name is Tae Jo. I'm a university student. I'm majoring in electrical engineering, and I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm excited to be here. My name is Jonathan Williams. I'm a software engineer.
Yay.
Hello everyone, I'm Tabitha C. Williams, host and producer of What's Eating Harlem TV show.
Matthew King.
Hi, I'm Dr. Clotilde Monguia. You give me the micro, so I will keep it a little bit because you've been not introducing yourself very properly, so I don't even know who you are still. My name is Clotilde Monguia. I'm from the Democratic Republic of Congo, and I've been here. I am a board member for District 9, so we welcome all of you to come and submit us anything, and we assist you with in kind or monetarily. I sit on different committees, and I'm here to learn and meet all of you and tell you that this is a very great program for us. So I also work in Africa. So one of the reasons why I'm here is to meet all of you and see how we can empower youth in Africa in any subject. So I will leave you my cell phone number. I'm here until the end, and you can reach me anytime. Thank you.
I am Nikos Bogonikolos, and I am AI advisor from strategic advisor of Zeus Consulting from Europe.
Hello everyone, my name is Yolani Bernardis, and I'm the CEO of Sites and Bites.
Greetings, my name is Ina Norris. I'm the founder of Kwanzaa Film Festival and also the owner of Inner Woman Productions.
Good evening. My name is Andre Austin. I'm an EPIC EMR instructor, electronic medical records, that is.
Hi, my name is James Lemon Thomas. Yes, that is my last name. I'm a software engineer, and I can build anything.
Good evening, my name is Milo Jones. I work for the Fortune Society that aids with the justice impacted. I'm a digital navigator. Hello.
I like that. Good.
Hello, my name is Yusuf Bamba. I'm a future Bloomberg Fellow. Thank you for having me.
Hello, my name is Adrienne Whaley, and I work at the Fortune Society. I'm the Senior Director for our Digital Equity Program.
Good evening. My name is Marie Adu, and I'm a teacher and preacher.
Good evening. My name is Tony Rogers. I am a fan of Clayton Banks, first and foremost. I'm the board member of the Greater Harlem Chamber of Commerce, co-founder of Harlem Week, and the president of the Harlem Tourism Board. And Clayton, if I may, I would like to invite you to the opening of the first telemedicine telediagnostic program in the country, February 6th at 144th Street and Malcolm X Boulevard. Clayton has basically the information, or I can talk to you afterwards, but it's a new way of dealing with medicine we did something here a couple of weeks ago, but it's allowing for people to see their doctor and the doctor to see them.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Richard Adolfo. I am the founder and CEO of Boomers and Tech, a startup helping boomers navigate their way around technology. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Zach Oberman. I'm a technical product marketing expert, and I'm here working with Richard.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ken, and I'm a software engineer, and I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. Good evening, I'm Christine Patterson. I am from here, well, I'm originally from Hawaii. I live in Harlem, and I have a company called Do Right Learning It, which is an enrichment program. So we're serving youth and communities from Harlem to Honolulu. maybe to Africa too. All right, thank you.
Hi, I'm Elijah John, and I'm from the Office of Climate and Environmental Justice.
So the reason I'm here is because I believe we're working on partnering with Silicon Harlem. It's a big passion for me because I'm from here. So if you guys have a business, you want to talk about anything, I'm here for a little bit. I have a couple cards, I can hand them out. We can get in conversations because we specialize. It might not be lending, banking, and women in business are our main bread and butter. We don't have a location in Harlem, so we're also working on that at the moment. So we would love to have a footprint up here. So anybody who's looking business-wise, that's what I do. So I'll be here for a while. I might not be here to the end. Long business day today, so, but if you see me leaving, just grab me before I head out, all right? Thank you for having me.
Hi everyone, this is my second time. My name is second time here. My name is Franklin. I'm a CEO of Latino Young Entrepreneurs, and each time I came over here, I see something new. And here here's too many technology, so it's really good to be here. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Vakila Wilson. I am a mentee of Mr. Clayton Banks, so I'm always grateful to be in a room full of people, and I'm a lifelong learner. I'm not technically into tech, but I'm the CEO and founder of I Am Here Beauty, which we teach youth self-skills in the DOE. So I am in the DOE. So I'm just a lifelong learner, willing to learn from anyone or partnering in any kind of way to reach our youth, because there's many ways to reach them, and it's not just one way. So reaching them through beauty and self-care, we can also squeeze in a few other things that they might not think is important today, but we know it's information that they will need.
Hello, my name is David Spence. Can you hear me? I'm into tech sales and manual QA. And also, I teach kids how to produce music.
How you guys doing? My name is Jorge Cano Moreno. I'm also a mentee of Clayton for many years. Content producer, marketing director for Emperor Media. We're the owners of the oldest newspaper, Spanish newspaper in New York, El Diario de la Prensa, and Urban Latino. And this is my partner in crime, 4-time Emmy Award-winning producer for Telemundo Univision. He doesn't like to talk, so I'm gonna...
Well, that's good. Somehow get the microphone up here, somehow. But there's a few more people here. Yeah. Just say your name or whatever, and we're going to get this whole thing going. So, go ahead, Yusuf.
I had no clue I was going to be on the microphone today.
Well, you're going
hello, everyone. My name is Harlem. I am the founder and CEO of the Harlem Rise Collective. I mentor our young, beautiful youth in entrepreneurship here in Harlem.
Hi everybody, my name is Alex Mitch. I'm originally from Brooklyn. I currently live outside of Philly. I'm the founder of Insurgi Media Group. We accelerate the adoption of emerging technologies like blockchain, AI, AR through cultural activations. I work on festivals, I work on conferences. I love doing NFT ticketing, NFC merch strategies. So if you are an event organizer, please come talk to me.
Hi, I'm Seth Cottrell. I teach physics over at CCNY. I do quantum computation, and I'm working together with a group called the New York City Quantum Consortium to try to create a pipeline for high school students through college and into industry in the quantum sector.
Don't think I don't have a slide on quantum, bro. You better be ready. I got some quantum for you. That it? Come on up, folks. Eric, bring those chairs up here so we can get, let me, 1 second, get this done wrong. Okay. Who? So, why don't you sit up here in a chair? Come on up here in a chair. Who else is up here? Doctor, please come on up here. We're going to start talking about stuff. So everyone's got a chance to say more stuff, but I want to get these speakers with us. Nima, where's Nima? Nima, just come up here, get a little close so we can get everybody up and running. Yeah, you can sit. So others can sit down here if you want. Nima, sit right over here, or wherever. And we're going to get this going. Yeah, by the way,
Test.
you're the best right now, right? Because, see, we both got the yellow vibe going with. See, does everybody realize that the color of 25 is yellow, at least from Silicon Harlem? So you come here, you probably get $1 next time. So, anyway. So, we've got some great speakers here, great things to talk about. You know, with a meetup here, the whole idea is just sharing, right? We're here all to share with each other. Whether they're up here, whether you're over there, or over there, whatever, let's just make sure we're all listening to what other, you never know what could come out of it. I've seen it through these meetups many, many times where connections have happened and great things have great results. So, we're gonna start, it's so long to get to my office, which is only 3 blocks away. So you can go ahead and, once again, tell everybody who yourself, what you're doing, and perhaps even if there's anything you would like them to do. More important, audience, I'm only giving 2 questions because we got to get through this, right? So 2 questions after she speaks, and she will respond to that and make sure she gives you some information about how to get in touch with her.
Hi everyone, again, my name is Christine Ferrier Roseman. My day job, I lead partner marketing at a fintech company called Row. They are business banking. You might have heard of companies like Mercury or Brex or Ramp. We're similar providers. We focus on high growth venture-backed startups. And my responsibility is to form partnerships with accountants, bookkeepers, fractional CFOs to help them learn more about our offering, but also so that we can work with them to provide their clients with some of the best banking services in the industry. That's my day job. Every other hour and minute of the day, I'm pouring into my own startup, which is TechWalk. We are a networking community for tech and SaaS professionals, and we actually walk. So at the end of 2023, I was just suffering burnout from a pretty intense corporate role. I left that organization. My husband told me to get some rest, but I did not. I ended up having another offer rescinded. This was sort of the height of the start of the tech layoffs. And people were telling me, you have to invest in your network, you have to be present on LinkedIn. And I just really wasn't in the mood to do any of that. But during the pandemic, we had walked a lot. As Clayton mentioned, I live about 3 blocks away from here. During the pandemic, it was my grown son, my then fiance, and myself kind of cooped up in our Harlem apartment. And so we walked almost every single day from here down to the park and back as a way to, blow off steam, help reframe how we were thinking about different situations. And so during that period of burnout, I thought it would be great to start up the walking habit again, but to invite my peers in the tech space to join me for conversation. I was also doing a fitness challenge, so I wasn't drinking. So I was thinking it's gonna be really hard to network if I don't have a glass of wine, but you can network and walk. And so one night I built our logo, a landing page. The marketer in me said, we have to brand this from the very beginning. 2 ex-Googlers showed up for that first walk. We kind of trauma bonded, I think, during that walk. And at the end of that walk, we hugged goodbye. And I just knew that I was onto something with this idea. They're still my friends and biggest supporters to this day. So I think, when I think about starting something, if you come up with an idea for yourself, it's likely that there's someone else out there who's having a similar challenge. And if they resonate with your idea, that will help you find your people. Since launching this, we've had 7,000 people sign up for these walks. Yeah, thank you. We've hosted almost 200 walks at this point. The walks are now hosted in New York City, in Central Park, in Prospect Park, in Chicago, in Silicon Valley, at a Mountain View Park in San Francisco. Did I say Chicago? And we're launching in Bangalore, India, and London in February. So I've made some incredible friends, and I'm an introverted person, but having a network now that I can text or call and immediately get an answer to a problem or to ask for help has been just, I think, honestly, one of the greatest accomplishments, you know, over the course of my career. But more importantly, I love being in spaces now where I can immediately say, oh, you're looking for healthcare and tech connections? Let me introduce you to the president of the New York City Healthcare Tech Organization, right? Tech Alliance, I've been following you all for a while, so I'm super happy to be here this evening and to have the opportunity to chat with you as well. I just also want to say that in my career, there have been several situations where I faced challenges where I feel like people made things difficult just because I'm a woman or because I'm Black, and nothing has flowed as easily as Tech Walk has and pursuing this passion. And I'm just, you know, super thankful to God. I believe that this is going to be a huge testimony in my life. And I'm seeing every day how it's helping others get jobs, get funding, make connections, make friends. And I think as we move into this era of AI, the real luxury will continue to be human connection and human relationships. And so I would say my recommendation tonight, introduce yourself to someone. This is a friendly space. Figure out a way to stay connected to that person and figure out a way to help someone else here tonight. I think a lot of people don't like networking because it's very transactional. It can feel like you're just in a space because you want or need something. But the investments I think that you make today in relationships for the long term without an ask or a goal in mind can prove to be some of the most powerful relationships that you'll encounter. I have to thank Clayton. He was.
Wait a minute. I'm pretty sure I was in one of those tech talks.
Yes.
Or whatever that was, the tech walk.
So Clayton was one of our guest hosts. Yeah.
It was beautiful.
During Tech Week, we had close to 1,000 people sign up for one of our Tech Week tech walks, and you know, close to 300 people show up. I'm at the point where it's kind of looking like a protest, might need a permit. But I'll figure I'll just ask for forgiveness versus permission.
So 2 questions. Does anyone have a question? We got one right here. Yeah, you gotta get one of the mics.
You forgot to say, how can someone sign up for a tech walk?
Oh, yes. So we are on LinkedIn, and I would say also my ask tonight is so our tech walks are led by our industry experts, and they give people the opportunity to ask questions, make connections. Please follow us on LinkedIn. You'll have the opportunity to reach out to me directly. Volunteer to lead one of our walks. People, especially women and people of color, will say, well, what can I talk about? What do I have to say? Your experience, your lived journey, your interaction in tech can help someone who's trying to figure out their place and how to get where you are. I don't care if you're a first year software developer, intern, you can help someone who's trying to get to where you are. So please talk to me about being a co-host, and then we have our mental health tech walk tomorrow in Central Park. We've got founders in mental health tech, investors. We walk rain or shine, you won't melt. So if you're interested in joining our walk tomorrow or being a future co-host, please just let me know.
Great. All right, one last question.
My question is, first I want to say, fantastic at what you're doing, incredible. Based upon your experience, you said the takeaway was the networking piece, and this is just not a question for me, it's for everybody, right? So by participating, it's like, are we also going to be on like your platform, meeting people, or is just you just meet them on the walk only? How is that networking circle going to grow? Or maybe this is just a way for me asking, how do you plan on growing that?
Yes, so good question. We have sort of shied away from a digital platform because the idea is that we're purposefully analog. You come to the walk and you're actually going to be paired with 4 to 6 people during that walk. And then we also give people the ability to connect on LinkedIn afterwards. We've grown to the size now where our newsletter reaches about 6,000 people. So there's an opportunity there to share news, information, events, highlight yourself, your business, and to get in front of others. So that's the main way for people to connect. But I do think we're at the point where we probably will need to have a Slack community, specifically because we have so many chapters. And so people also, you might see someone who's attended a walk, they're in Chicago, we're in New York, you might want to connect with them. So I think we're going to be moving to a Slack community. And our sponsorship model, I never wanted to charge for a walk or to create friction for people to be able to join and make connections. So we are sponsored by folks that want to get their brand, their technology, their communities in front of our audience.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you very much. Very good. And it's a lot of fun, by the way. If you do get a chance, it's a lot of fun. A bunch of techies, but also just people just loving being in the park, for me anyway, and we had a good time. And it will continue to grow. There's no question about it. So we're going to keep this moving. And we should all put money together to like get a stage or something. I feel like I can't see everybody, so we gotta. Maybe I'll do that. So I'm gonna have C.J. Birkin, who is going to provide some really cool stuff he's been working on. He does a lot with so many people. He specifically works a lot with young people, girls, so in technology and all that kind of stuff. So CJ, why don't you go ahead and share as much as you want, which means 3 minutes.
Good evening again. My name is CJ Birkin. I'm a senior systems software engineer with 30 plus, I'm not going to say how many years, but 30 plus years in the industry. I've had the privilege of working with some corporations from the NFL, NYU hospitals. I've either led the development of application or systems, NYU, Mount Sinai Hospital, Chrysler Corporation, you name it. The Benjamin Franklin Institute of Technology, the IRS in St. Vincent. So it's been an experience, a really wonderful experience. And I kind of feel privileged to have had the opportunity to work in so many different industries to kind of see what technology does in this industry and how to apply it. So over the last probably 4 years, 5 years, a partner of mine, we co-founded Corinne Academy. And the idea started from the COVID-19 was what we do is we bring and we provide online technical courses to the Caribbean. So we are in 9 countries right now, and we're continuing to grow. And the experience has been unbelievable. The second area that we experiment with, we have Corinne Services. And the idea of Corinne Services is to experiment on how to bring technology, how to take technology and bring it to education. So we do a lot of experimentation. We have some developers that come up with ideas. We say, let's try to do a concept, see if it works. A lot of them don't work, or a lot of them are not mature enough, the technology is not mature enough to bring what we really want to do, but it's about experimenting, see what the next level in education is going to look like. So Clayton had asked me to talk about what do I see in terms of trends in education over the next few years. Those of you who are software developers, you know that if we start talking about a subject that we're passionate about, we'll talk for hours. So what I've done is I've set aside some of the ideas, and I'm just going to go over them real quick. And if you want at any time later, I can go over them. So kind of to set the stage, what education has looked like over the last few centuries, for instance. In the first 2,000, 2,500 years, education was characterized by a tutor that usually was teaching a son, a male, either from the aristocracy, nobility, royalties. It evolved to one teacher with a few students, then the students end up living with them for a couple of years. It evolved to being taught in temples, in a religious organization, a few subjects, but it was characterized by a one-on-one or one-to-many relationship that was very local, very present. Over the 20th century, what happened is the evolution of education towards a standard model, one teacher, multiple students in several locations with a fixed curriculum. Also, education opened to women a lot more. It opened to a lot of people of different backgrounds, ethnicity, but it was still characterized by a physical one-on-one connection. It's not until the last 25 years with the advent of computers and the internet that we've really seen a shift in how education is brought in. First of all, computers being introduced into the classroom provided a way for the first time where students could be taught not by teachers, but something online without the necessary presence of a teacher. We've seen the development and the implementation of what we call the MOOC, the Massive Online, the Khan Academy, all these things. Let me read my points. And also, we've seen the first few steps into personalized teaching with AI, but it's still its infancy. So the trends over the last 5 years gradually expanding to include the middle class, women, extending to all social classes, more inclusive of different races and ethnicity, and started accommodating more different learning styles. But what it brought us to today is a situation, a space, a moment in time that never existed before. We are at a point where education is really available to everyone, anywhere, at the same level. There's no differences. Because of technology and internet, for the first time, we have the opportunity to bring the same type of education to anybody, anywhere around the world. That has never been available before. So it is probably a point of inflection in terms of education and how it's being taught. So like I said, what we have today is a move in education toward universal access. This thing, we could have never mentioned it before. The past 2,000, 3,000 years, it was never universal access at the same playing field. Right now, we have this opportunity. So there's a lot that can be done. There's a lot that's going to happen, and we're going to see over the next few years. So what I've collected probably 10 key trends to look forward to in the next few years. One is AI-powered personalized learning, meaning AI that adapts to learning gaps of a student, their own difficulties. You know how students are in different areas. They're strong in certain areas, not the other. So AI can help personalize the education that you bring. The same for anybody in the same class, but it'll be tailor-made to each student based on the areas where they're lacking. So it means that the students can still progress at the same time, but it will be personalized. We have also the availability of mobile-first education. Everybody has a cell phone. Right now, what we're doing on mobile phone is mostly replicating what's available online, but there'll be new ways of teaching because of this little digital device that we have in our hands. There'll be new ways of doing this. We don't know what it's going to look like, but there'll be a lot of development in that area. Also, virtual and augmented reality present a really new opportunity. I mean, imagine being able to, I remember when I was in school, they were talking about subjects like in physics, you have to try to imagine, and your teacher is trying to draw a couple of things online on the board, and you're trying to figure it out. Now imagine with AR and VR, you can literally jump into the world, see molecules, see the atoms, take trips around the universe and see how they relate to one another. It'll be a different model, a different way of teaching, more immersive, and a lot more hands-on without being hands-on. We also see the development of what we call community learning hubs, where there be teachers teaching actual students that are in there, locally, but also with students joining in from different places, from around the world at the same time, and everybody contributing and learning at the same time. We have also, I think it's going to promote the development of new industries that are going to, physical industries to provide devices that can have long battery life, devices that can connect to the internet with low connectivity and allow more and more people to have access to this education platform. Couple more points. We're going to see educational platforms that are going to evolve to support more engaging virtual classrooms where you can have instant feedback of how a student is learning or absorbing a subject immediately on the spot, so you can tailor the instruction, tailor the level or the how deep you go with the learning. So it can be available. We do this once at the end of the semester. We test them, but with AI, we can test them on the spot as they're learning. So we can tailor the education for them. We also will have self-paced learning, meaning that system that will adjust the difficulty and also the pacing based on the capabilities of the student. So it means that they're all still being in the same class, but at the same time, they're all having different types of tests that are based or tailor-made for their strength. Also, I think there'll be the advent of a lot of micro-learning certification, where instead of having one fixed curriculum, you'll have bits and pieces based on different areas that are going to combine to some kind of certification, a degree that applies to either the path that you want to follow or to follow what industry is doing these days. So it won't be a monolith, it'll be more micro-learning. Also, we'll see a deeper cross-platform implementation. Right now, there's silos. What's on the web, what's on your mobile device, usually replicating. But now we'll see the development of more integration, where you can go from one to the other based on where you are. You're studying at home, you can get on your laptop, your computer. You're on the train, it continues on the web, on your mobile device, also with the capabilities of that mobile device. They're not going to ask you to write a thesis on the mobile device, but you'll still learn the same thing based on the capabilities of your mobile device. And I think also the advent, I think, of intelligent support system, meaning support that are powered by AI, where tutoring is available 24/7. You don't have to wait till the next day to talk to somebody to help you with the homework. Available 24/7, tailored to you. We'll have a classroom or support system that are available based on your location, your time, constantly available. Now, myself per se, I'm looking at what education is going to look like over the next few years. I'm saying probably 10 plus years, but I think it may happen before. I think the first thing is going to be the redefining of the teaching profession. There's a big conversation about AI taking over everything. So people are asking the same question, what's going to happen with teaching? And when you think about it, the role of teachers has been traditionally taking the concept that we're into formal books that are usually updated every 5 to 10 years, and then to distill the concept to students, make them understand. We get AI that are more and more sophisticated, that can talk to you like they're talking regularly. So I can see a time where AI can do that job of actually explaining the subject. But what it's going to do, I think it's an opportunity to redefine the teaching profession, not as being regurgitating what's in the books, but expanding it to be more formal and more, what's the word I use?
creation?
No,
Interactive?
let me, where, rather than replacing teachers,
Maybe politically correct.
AI presents an opportunity to redefine the profession into something far more valuable and multifaceted. In the future, teachers may shift from simply delivering knowledge to guiding students in applying that knowledge into real world, something that AI cannot do yet. Take teachers that could take on mentorship roles, helping students bridge, like Clayton says, close the gap between theory and practice. Another major, I think, is going to happen, disruption in education, is what I call the creation of the personalized AI knowledge bank. You can imagine at a point there'll be some kind of AI personalized to you that records everything that you do in school, from the time that you are in, primary school all through college, has all the things that you've seen. How many times we've been in the school and in class, and we forget 3/4 of the concepts the moment we're out of class. We've seen it, but we forget it because we never apply it. Now you have your personal AI bank that remembers all these things, can surface them for you when you are in a particular situation, bring them up, recommend reading, or go revisit this little math function that you didn't pay attention to too much in school, but now it applies to something that you're facing at this moment. And then what that does also, it allows you to have access to vast knowledge that you have literally gone through since you were in school, first started in school up through college. But you can imagine a point where you can also selectively share that knowledge with somebody else, personal bank. When you are in a meeting, we're trying to come up with a project, there are certain things that I can share with you that will explain certain aspects of from my point of view, and vice versa. You'll make communication a lot easier, people to go through projects a lot easier, faster, and understand certain pain points that each of those professions may have. That's about it for now. I've put all this together. I'm gonna try to publish it too.
We got 2 questions. We got one in the back there.
I agree with your analysis about the future of education, and my question is especially because AI will be involved in all phases of education. What your opinion about the ethics and safety for AI and about the content of education in an environment that we have intercultural, and also, to complete my question, also about basic education for basic things like philosophy, etc., not only technical things.
I'm glad you had this question, because one of the things that we faced over the last probably 3-4 years in our experimentation, we have this platform that we developed, we coded it, and we were beta testing it. We call it Yeeters, from the word eat, very popular slang that everybody uses currently. It's about, making yourself stand out and, be proud of your education. So the concept was to be able to present students a repository where they can do all their homeworks, bringing things from school into a digital place, a cloud-based, and also have AI sitting on the side to help them at any point during those journeys. But we totally, as developers, we didn't pay attention to something that was very interesting, and I think that's going to answer your question. A teacher brought up that was beta testing, said, but how are you safeguarding the AI, not to prevent the student to ask questions about things that are not related to school? And that's a valid question. How do we put guardrails around the AI to limit it to what they're studying at that point? We've put the project on hold until we can answer that question. But it's one of those things. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to happen that we're going to be faced with because it's the first time, and we'll have to go rethink how we're approaching it. But I don't think there's any reason to be scared of AI. Like anything new is to learn it, understand it, and embrace it, because it's not going to go away. So, I don't know.
All right, we got one more question. Yeah?
Right behind you.
Good evening. I appreciate your background, the history you gave us, first starting with the tutor, then the standardized education, how it developed over the years. And your scope seems very big. It's universal. You're looking at it not only to see molecules in a 3D level, you're looking at it to see basically taking over the world. You mentioned 9 countries in the Caribbean, you mentioned India, you mentioned different places. So in addition to having a large scope, you also want to have like a microcosm where everyone can learn. My question is, what language will you be doing this in? Because English is considered a universal language, but if you're going to all these other countries, that is not the language they speak. How will you encompass everything you've just spoken about and make it available to everybody in a language that they can understand? Coding itself is its own language. So when you're speaking to someone and AI is done in the Philippines, for example, because everyone thinks it's a robot, it's a person putting everything in. So what language will you do this in that everyone can be part of it and actually not only communicate but participate?
Very good question. I'm going to answer it from our own personal experience so far. One of the things that we're betting on, I think, is AI being able to do live translation. Once it's able to do this the right way without hallucinating, then we can really say that we can present and offer classes for people from different places, and they'll understand them in their own language, with kind of their own dialect, but it's something that's coming down the street.
Right.
So we're not there yet.
In idiosyncratic, it's like people tend to use baseball analogies.
But what we do right now, we do not provide classes with students that are just self-guided. Every class has a teacher that's there for during every presentation to help those students, that group of students, move along based on their location, their level of education and level of understanding. We've had classes graduating at different levels. Some classes we had to forget certain subjects, but there's still a teacher there, and that's something that we have to do right now because AI cannot replicate this right now. And we're very well aware of it. Even the dialect talking about Jamaican students compared to Trinidadian students, there's a big difference. Even in their way they behave in class is different. So we do try to get teachers that either from the location or understand it, and every class is led by a teacher. Every student has access to the teacher either by chat or by WhatsApp. Everybody's on WhatsApp to expand some of the concepts. And unfortunately, it's because we're not there yet. We're hoping at some point we'll be able to have live translation that reflect the realities of where they're coming from. That's what we're looking forward to.
Very good, very good. Thank you very much. By the way, nobody's running out of here, so more questions, more conversations, very smart, talk about this stuff. Let's do it, right? So everyone's gonna hang around for a little while. We got a good friend of mine that's gonna talk about some really cool things that are going on. Ben, if you can hear me, can you say something? Let me see if it's... So this is when tech goes crazy. Let's go. Otherwise, I'll get them in a second. Okay, somebody laid down on the lights. Okay, so while I'll get Ben going, Nima, you ready? You ready to get? Well, why don't you come up here and do what you got to do here, so that we can get that going on. JT, what about you? You ready?
All good.
Nima, you still come up and do what you got to do. JT, come on up here. You guys got to remember, this is amazing. What JT is doing is crazy. And I already told that guy you heard earlier, Doug.
Yeah.
That's the guy I told you about?
Yes.
So he's one of mine, of the two. I want you to know. So anyway, come on up here.
Make sure we connect.
All right, Clay.
It's on you. Get us going.
What's up, Harlem? Oh, no. What's up, Harlem? Oh, yeah, Hip Hop Hall of Fame is in the building, so you know we got to take it up another.
Hello, everyone. Clayton,
Ben, here we go.
can you text me to confirm that I'm being heard?
Ben, you being heard.
Can't hear.
Sorry for the delay.
All right, let's go.
Awesome. Hi, everybody. My name is Ben Irwin. I am an old friend of Clayton's, but I'm also the creator of the Polly's Immersive Awards, which is a award show for XR. We're in our 5th year, so the 5th annual Polly's Immersive Awards is going to be on Sunday, February 23rd. Clayton has spoken at the last 2 Polly's, and in a moment I'm going to do a little bit of a screen share to tell you about the Polly's. And one of the things that I'm going to share with you is we have a new award called Splat of the Year. Now, there is a new technology called Gaussian splatting, which is the ability to do a 3D scan. So y'all can take out your phones and go to your app store and look for Scaniverse, which is by Niantic. And what Niantic did that is particularly interesting is last year they released this app for free, and they have a special compression codec called the .spz file format, which they have open sourced, which means that it's free for everybody to use, and it's very possible that this will become the ubiquitous standard of Gaussian splatting 3D. So what is Gaussian splatting? Well, about 1.5 years ago, at a graphics conference that happens every year called SIGGRAPH. It's the graphics industry festival every year where pretty hardcore programmers come together and create 3D graphics and new protocols for 3D graphics, and they review all the specifications and they write scientific white papers about what all this is about. So suddenly in the summer of 2023, Gaussian splatting suddenly emerged from what previously everybody thought was the coolest thing. Neuroradiance fields, or NERFs, came out around 2020, which was something that Google figured out how to do 3D, make 3D images, or make 3D out of images and video. But what Gaussian splatting does is it makes it really easy to scan just about anything. So I hope that when I'm done with this presentation and you guys are done with your event there, that you're all going to be standing around scanning each other and making Gaussian splats of each other and then sharing them on the web, because it's a pretty awesome thing. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to screen share, and hopefully we will be able to see. Clayton, can you stand by to confirm that my screen sharing is going to work when I share this? So are you able to see this? It looks good on my side.
Yep. Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so the Polly's Immersive Awards. Now this is our presentation deck. I'm not going to go through the whole thing here, but this is the show that we're putting on, and it's a history of what we're doing a little bit. And so last year, Clayton was here for this. We shot this in the studio in Brooklyn, where we did this on a virtual production stage. And virtual production is where you have a giant LED wall, you have a camera that moves, and Unreal Engine moves the background according to that, so it looks more like you're in a real space in 3D, and they use it for video productions like The Mandalorian. This was 2 years ago at Zero Space, where we had a special dance performer on a virtual production stage. So this is all an LED wall background. And this is what our trophy looks like. And this top of the trophy here is, the trophy is, of course, the Polly's, because it's the Polly Awards. And this crown here is a homage to the gizmo. And a gizmo is a 3D tool that allows you to either move things on the X, Y, or Z axis, up, down, left, right, back and forth, or rotate it also on the X, Y, or Z axis, or scale it. So move, rotate, and scale are sort of the basics of 3D. So we're sort of honoring the rotation gizmo here in this new Polycrown. So these videos here, I've got a trailer for the new polys, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the last one, and I don't know if I have audio coming through here. I should probably put on my headphones. There we go. And I'm going to scrub over here to Clayton's speech where he talked about move fast.
And creators and developers who get to help shape that future. I'm talking to you, the visionaries, the dreamers, the architects of tomorrow. I'm talking to you, the startups poised to disrupt the status quo, the Googles, the Facebooks, and Amazons of tomorrow. Move fast and make things with purpose. And a mind to build a metaverse we all want. Whatever we call it, we are bearers of a new construct that is radically altering civilization.
So,
I like that blazer.
Awesome last year as our ambassador, which is a person who gives the context to the beginning of the award show. So, we have these, because it's an award show, we have these different segments. So our host, Julie here, introduces the presenter.
Share the nominees for Developer of the Year.
And then we have our presentation category. And then we have an XR celebrity presenter. These are all people who are very well known in the industry. And so, for example, this is Andy Fidel, who's being honored this year
Kent By called it the most amazing VR concert experience I've had so far. Charlie Fink said, it was one of the best things I've ever experienced in VR, a jaw-dropping musical journey.
She's talking about the Fatboy Slim Eat Sleep VR Repeat event that was being recognized last year. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch over to what is the jury ballot for the polys. This is actually about to be launched. Clayton will be one of the people who is invited to review these VR experiences. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go down here to our Splat of the Year category. And I'm going to show you why splats are so cool. So this over here is Arrival Space, and Arrival Space is a platform. So you can go to arrival.space. You can log in with your Gmail and instantly make your own space. And so what you can do is you can make a splat of somebody there with your phone, upload it, and then you can go in either on your desktop or in VR and watch it. So now watch what's going to happen as this splat, the splattering, appears. So this looks cool, right? It's just a bunch of people standing around. Oh, but you can actually move in. All right, my Mac's being a little slow, but notice that this group of people here is, so like we're moving in as an avatar around it, and I can just drag my mouse and we'll begin to orbit it like this.
We can't see.
And so this is one of the 6 nominees for the splattering, and this one's kind of a cool example because it shows people. And my computer's chugging along here, and I can't even tell whether or not you're seeing this because, oh, pardon me, I'm so sorry. It looks like I'm sharing a specific tab, and I need to stop sharing
Please do.
in order to. All right, things are slowing down here. All right, stop presenting. It looks like you're seeing a frozen video here. So because I can't see or hear you, bear with me for a moment while I am switching which things. So I'm switching tabs. And Almost there.
Okay.
My Mac has slowed down quite a lot, so I apologize for not having rebooted this before. We had the call queued up, but whatever was in memory is slowing down because it's doing all this 3D. So give me a moment while it. There we go. Just give me one moment there, Clayton. Almost. I do want to show you what a splat looks like.
What's funny about what he's saying
Here we go.
is one of my things that I was going to talk about today. So now I got to come up with something different.
This should be coming up any second now.
Scaniverse. I was talking about that.
All right. All right, so here I'm rotating around in it. Here you go. All right, now you can see. This is called the splattering, or the splattering, the gathering, and so these people stood still and somebody walked around and scanned them, but look how this avatar is moving around inside of this space, and here's somebody dressed like a video game or Mario Brothers thing. There's a Spider-Man, there's Jesus, and how about that? So this was from, I'm gonna get one more splat for you since we're low on time. And this one is one of my personal favorites, where this guy had these beautiful pictures of his children. Second, again, I'm switching tabs, but this time I'm going to put this in the same place that you are watching right now. And
I can't believe
all right,
it.
this is
New York.
frankly too slow.
Nobody's saying
For me to
nothing.
be able to make a good presentation
Here we
here, so
go.
I'm going to stop presenting and I'm going to hand it back to you, Clayton.
Okay.
Just to repeat, Niantic's Scaniverse app, it's free. The SPZ file format, so make a splat, go home, splat your cat, splat your pottery, splat your furniture, splat your home, splat something on the street, and learn the art of making Gaussian splatting, because you can create 3D easily for free, upload it to the web, and people can experience it in VR. And it's pretty awesome. And it also works on desktop because it's WebXR. So with that, I thank you for having me. It's Ben Irwin, and I hope you all have a wonderful evening. I wish I could have.
Let's give him any. He can't hear us, but let's clap. Thank you. Thank you, buddy. All right, let's keep it going. I'm going to take one more person. We're going to take a break. How about that? Right? One more, because JT was getting started. We're going to let him finish what he was about to say. Nima will come next. Boy, oh boy, this doctor right here, you got something. Hey, not only a doctor, this guy's got so many books that he's written. I've read a few of them myself. I'm so excited about that. JT, come on up.
Man, hello everybody. I've been sitting down there listening to Ben, y'all. I think I need to stand up for a hot second, okay? Well,
But what's up, Harlem?
Hey, what's up?
Are we back? Let's get it up a notch. We all right, Harlem? Yeah, living in Harlem, I tell you, it's like the energy, the vibration, and how we all go about our business, but yet that vibration is translucent between all of us. And it's imperative right now, and I salute you, Clayton, because, you know, I've been on it for years, part of the Chamber, Harlem Week, and all the things that we do. And now I'm at Harlem Arts Alliance, and I just want to salute you. Give it up for Clayton. And I say that because, you know, when I look at what Clayton is actually doing right now, and how he's kind of like ahead of the curve, I think it's important now that how do we do our part to uplift not just Harlem, but how can we impact the world? Okay, so little quick brief piece here. I am the creator and executive producer of the first ever Hip Hop Hall of Fame award show on BET Network in the 90s. You know what happened to Tupac and Biggie after that, so we had to regroup. Got to doing a lot of live events with Live Nation and a couple of other things. And so just to be here right now in this particular day and age, knowing that we have a major project at Penn Station as one of the development sites, but it's been on hold now for the last 5 years because they couldn't get the Gateway Tunnel money from Trump the first time to Biden now and couldn't make up their mind. So that project won't start till 2027, which is a Hall of Fame, but it's part of a hotel, residential, retail, entertainment complex. But we are co-owners of the project. So that's what's important. And I said, you know, our job with hip hop right now is how do we go from the first 50 years, which I call puberty, to how do we go to the next 50 years where now we're talking about socioeconomic empowerment, education, and ownership. So that's what I'm about, and it's been my mantra from the beginning. So I say that to say right now, we're proud to announce that we have a location and a site under contract in Harlem right now. We've raised the first $4 million. We're working on the debt financing on the other piece, and we have a small piece to get covered. But we're hoping to have that Hip Hop Hall of Fame. It's kind of like a Hard Rock Cafe and a Madame Tussauds combined. So it's the Hip Hop Hall of Fame Cafe and Museum, and it also has a TV and a film studio that's already there that we're going to remodel. What that means now is the restaurant component now doubles as a culinary school. The TV and film studio piece doubles as a STEAM media training and educational facility, which City College and other folks already want to have their students be a part of, because we'll probably produce about 50 live events a year. And then we'll also partner with the community, including New Heritage Theater Group, Harlem Arts Alliance, the Chamber, and others to produce another 30 or so community events. Because you know how hard it is for us to get space, for us to get our community affairs, nonprofits, and others, especially right now in these day and age, right? Y'all heard about everything that's going on, but we kind of knew that was going to happen from an economic standpoint, right, as dealing with government funding and the rest. So I am proud to announce to you right now, not only about that particular project, the Hip Hop Hall of Fame Award show is coming back also in the fall on national television, so we're feeling good about that. Wow. And now, while all this was going on, I don't want you to think we were sitting on our laurels, on our, sitting down doing nothing. What we ended up doing is creating multiple projects in the Web3 space. So I'm proud to announce 3 projects that I'm going to announce right now. I am part equity partner in a new platform. Well, it's been around for a while. When you see this flatten and the other stuff that you're seeing, that's good, but where I'm taking you is on a high-tech level, whereas when you see where we're taking you, you're going to actually live. I was in the military. He's a Navy guy, so you know how that is. I'm an Army guy, right? But they deal with a lot of tech and where he's at, right? So I'm saying what we've done now with our space in this Omniverse City community, we now have what's called a Hip Hop Hall of Fame metaverse. And when you go through the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, when you get out of it, welcome to Hip Hop City. So now, why is that important to you? It's important because how do we monetize our own content and culture without everybody else taking the data, making the money, and we make nothing? My man Snoop Dogg said, yo, I got 1 billion streams, 1 billion, and I got a check for $40. I mean, 40,000, whatever it was. Either way it doesn't matter, 1 billion streams. Because we go back to putting out records, E42, Short, Master P, Dr. Dre, and all the rest, whereas we sold out the trunk. So when we sold 100,000 records, we made that actual 800,000. Had to learn to pay taxes later, caught up with us, you know how that works, right? But the fact of the matter is the record industry now is playing both sides of the pit. I'm giving you a lot of game here, so just peek me out. The record industry is making the money off the streaming because they co-own the streaming companies and they sell the music to the streaming companies. So they make the money on both sides. The artist is the ones that suffer. So the record industry is realizing right now that more money is being made, especially in the digital world, in the Web3 world, blockchain, which I'm going to get into how it ties into the metaverse. I'm just taking you on a road so you can understand about ownership here. So now you can put out your music now, and now you can put it out as an NFT, a collectible, or whatever, but you're still selling your own album. You can offer special, the young lady talked about, she's a special marketer wherever she's at. We can have NFC chips inside of our gear, our merchandise, or whatever the case is to our fans. So now the artist can now maintain access to his fans directly. So I might sell an album for $30 and give you a t-shirt with a chip in it. So now you can scan it, you get your music downloaded, and now at the same time, you also get access to me and all of the different things that I'm doing as a VIP at discounted rates. Building internal communities and systems, utilizing the technology for ownership. So we were talking, and we talk about all of the, you know that's real. So, and just in case you guys didn't understand the math, you sold, you say 100,000 records, right? And you sold it for $30 or $40 a pop. You're making 4 million plus. You see where I'm going with this? Directly, no record labels, no one else. That's what we're talking about. Music sovereignty, data sovereignty, because what we're doing right now is everything that we do, everyone's making the money off of us, right? So now you can see the importance of the Hip Hop Hall of Fame metaverse now. So I don't have a presentation for you right now. It's in development, but you're going to be hearing about it shortly. So if you can imagine walking into, signing up, walking into a portal, get your own avatar, and now you're inside of the Hip Hop Hall of Fame. So you're able to now walk through a cafe area, a retail store area, a gallery, and when you walk up to a gallery like you was watching the splatting, I'm talking about you walk into a real gallery, you walk up to the exhibit comes to life. So now you're able to get the education, the history, back to the education that you were talking about. It's just another formal way of delivering curriculum and education to folks about the history of hip hop, but also about preserving the legacy and histories of not just hip hop, but the next place I'm going to take you.
And we buy a t-shirt.
I'm going there. So the reason why this is important is because now the artists can have, like, I don't want to say apartments like the old stuff they were selling and, you know, people bought real estate inside. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the artists can have residency inside of the Hip Hop Hall of Fame in the metaverse, so now they can reach their customers locally, nationally, and around the world. Because when you step out of the Hip Hop Hall of Fame into Hip Hop City, now you're in Little Tokyo, Japan. Now you're in the Caribbean. Now you're in South America. Now you're in London. So we're going to bring together the whole community of hip hop around the world to make it like actually a planet hip hop. That's where we're headed. So I'm saying that to say I'm just trying to take you up on another level to see where we're trying to go with this. But it's really a e-commerce game. It is a merchandising game. It is an ownership game, right? So now, the other exciting project that I'm really excited about is we created the Harlem Walk of Fame for 125th Street. This is a digital metaverse, but the difference is we're working real life and digital unification together. Now, same for the Hip Hop Hall of Fame. If you bought something in the digital world and you got a chip or money from the digital world, you can use it in the physical world by coming to the physical location. That's bridging the gap of technology together. So with the Harlem Walk of Fame situation, there was a piece that some of our elders started on 135th Street. Now, what we're doing is we're expanding it with the metaverse, whereas now you can walk up and down 125th Street. It's going to be a direct replica. You'll be able to shop in stores because we're headed to what's called smart cities. Have y'all heard that term before? Yes. Oh, this is all you tech geeks in here. Y'all know more than me. What am I talking about? So, what I'm talking about is now from the 125th Street model, and working with different universities and other folks that we're working with, this now becomes a real world, real life project, whereas on your mobile phone, we have access to AR, VR, and all the other types of technology. So when you're walking down 125th Street and you came over a crown, which is in the street of a legend, whether it's Harriet Tubman or if it was Harry Belafonte, their history will pop up on your phone. Holographic even, right? Or if you walk by the old Renaissance ballroom, the history, oh wow, you by the Rennie. So it's kind of like you can earn points, you can get history, and you can learn all within your phone, as well as be a classroom experience. So what I'm saying to you is, all I'm saying to you is these particular things, I can't wait to show you guys the actual mock-ups and be able to see it. And I appreciate Clayton giving me the time to come here to be able to talk about this. But we're really excited about that because now the local businesses in Harlem will now have access to a place where they'll have access to the Web3, to the blockchain, to be able to sell their wares without having to now try to beat down the door and try to figure it out. That's what we're trying to provide for our community. And our elders started that for us, so it's important for us in the next generation to pick up that torch and rock with it to make sure we have access. So, one last thing. So, within the same vein of those two metaverses, we've now partnered with over 40 HBCUs, and we're now about to unleash the HBCU City. Right? High five, you know, but my whole point is now the HBCUs and their local counties and municipalities have been in a situation whereas they'll build a data center. You heard of data centers, everybody? Yes. Y'all heard of power grids and all the rest, right? So they'll build a data center by their campus, and all of the data that goes from there goes to the big tech. And they send back ads and all the things that they do, but none of the local communities benefit from that money. Right. Yeah. Digital sovereignty. That's what we're talking about now. So what does that mean? Now, the campuses are collectively going to have their own metaverse city, where now you can take classes from those places. You can go to the bookstore in the metaverse. You can meet in the quad in the metaverse. So it's going to open up to other e-commerce and connectivity for all of the schools with one another, sharing curriculums and education. And then the flip side of that, on the real world, they're going to have their own data centers. They're going to partner with their own cities. We call it Municipal Data Empower, a new company. You'll hear a lot about it. Now they'll be able to create their own ecosystems from data centers and micro power grids, use the revenue from that by the tech companies who want it now, they got to pay for it coming out of the community. They got to pay for it. Y'all heard me? Yeah. So rather than just Google shutting your ads, Google got to pay for the right to have access to those people in those communities. That's the part I'm trying to educate everyone on. And then the flip side of that is now they're able to take that revenue and rebuild their communities, their hospitals, their roads, their infrastructure, workforce, affordable housing, and the rest. That is the future of bridging the digital world and the physical world and making them both collide to empower those local communities. Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm not going to ask any questions because I want a second. So I promised that you were going to be able to stand up and do some stuff. We're going to do something, but the doctor, you know, you got a shot at him. So he's like ready to go for it, and we're going to let him do his thing. So give me a second. And so before we do that, take a picture right now. I want everybody to look a little like happy. All right, so I'm going to use just on mine. I'm not giving it to the world. It's just for me. So I want you to like a little excitement with some hands up, and we're all here. We're ready. 1, 2, 3, well, 4. I got it. You have a question? Okay.
This is all about the future, but let us remember the past. Let us remember who pioneered virtual reality in Harlem, and this is before Silicon Harlem. It was virtual Harlem, and the man's name is Bruce Lincoln.
Yeah. Good guy.
Bruce Lincoln made virtual Harlem in 2000, year 2000.
I helped him with that, by the way. Yep. Bruce, my co-founder, we did this together. Yes, sir. But he turned out he loved another thing, which is cool. So we're gonna furthermore, thanks everyone for hanging in there. We are gonna make a break big time. But just let the doctor do his thing, because he's a deep, deep, deep guy. And I want him to get his piece in right now.
Thank you, Clayton. I'm gonna
Yeah, stand up. You're healthy, stand up.
I'm gonna stand. I'm gonna
Meanwhile, I gotta stand up.
very respectfully ask for just 3 minutes of your time. This is gonna be 3 minutes. There's minute 1, minute 2, minute 3, and then I'll have a bit of an interactive session. So, minute 1 is me reading from my book. It's called Smarter Healthcare with AI. Clayton, you were generous with your introduction. I have written a few books. This is my latest book. It's from Forbes. It was published just this year. Very excited. It's an Amazon #1 bestseller in a bunch of different categories. I'm going to read a passage. It's going to be less than a minute from chapter 1, and this is my way of introducing myself to you all in a little way that's a bit unique. So this is chapter 1. The chapter's called "They Called Me the Unicorn." Subsequent assignments with the U.S. Navy took me to medical surgical tents in the deserts of Afghanistan, the great African continent amid the Ebola epidemic, the Middle East, Europe, and the South Pacific. I literally went around the world on a ship, and in the desert, with bombs and missiles flying overhead, we took care of blown up Marines. Indeed, the many experiences I had in the military were unique. However, I am convinced my background and these collective experiences, as General Shanahan and others observed, contributed to my unicorn moniker. When I was in the tents of Afghanistan, with bombs flying overhead, when I heard that aircraft carriers were the most dangerous places on earth, or when they told me, you know, you better be careful here in Africa, I would always say to myself, yeah, but this ain't Broadway Junction. None of these experiences have anything on Broadway Junction. It's not that bad. See, nothing compared to the fear I felt growing up in the 1980s and 1990s in Brooklyn, New York. On the subway platform
Here we go.
of the A train at Broadway Junction.
Come on now.
Overcoming that fear and surviving commuting to school every day created resolve and tenacity. Head on a swivel.
All day. That's right.
My Brooklyn experience, those formative years, raised as the son of a West African immigrant parent, my work as a heart surgeon, and years of military service all prepared me for this great task of this moment, a calling to deliver smarter healthcare with AI. That's minute 1. Minute 2, I've been finding a way to communicate to people what it is that I got to do and had the honor to do while I served in the military. I spent 25 years in the United States Navy, and the last 5 of those years was in an assignment that was incredible, life-changing. I was the Warfighter Health Mission Chief at the Joint Artificial Intelligence Center. Kid from Brooklyn did good.
Pentagon, man.
And Pentagon.
Talk about it.
So this card, I'm gonna show you the visual, but I just wanna give you context. So when people said, well, what did you do at the Pentagon for those last 5 years? Remember, I was there from just to give you context, from 2019 to 2023. So before ChatGPT and all that stuff that now makes AI sort of in the zeitgeist. So there are 3 concentric circles here. There's a big one, there's a small one, and there's a little small one right here. So outside of that circle, the first circle is all the people out here that don't know anything about AI. I know that's nobody in this room. Then there's this circle right here, all the people that talk about AI. Then there's this circle here, all the people that use AI. And then there's this small circle right here. And I know you guys can't see that in the back, but you have perspective. That's people that build AI. And I have an arrow here, and I said, this is me. Let's work together to revolutionize healthcare for the better. That's minute 2. So minute 3 is this. I've been watching that connection there that said everyone needs a connection. I was listening to my esteemed colleagues, and I'm so honored to share the dais and the platform here. And Clayton, thank you for your kind introduction. And I was thinking about all of the people that are in this room, the talent that's in this room, the potential that if there are connections that are made, as Clayton has so eloquently said, are made, there's nothing that can't be done. So just like that sign says everyone needs a connection, I need a connection. So what I'm going to ask and indulge you to do is, the first 3 people that connect with me on LinkedIn, I have a gift of this book that I will send to them. I'm going to be looking on my phone right now. And so let's start now. It's Hassan Teta, Tetteh. First name is Hassan. I'm going to look to see who.
That's me, I'm the first one.
Okay, let me check. Let me check. Make sure you got the right Hassan Teta. Hassan.
Tettehend. That's me.
Okay. All right. Okay, and when I give that book out, I just ask you to do one thing. So she says she's the first one. I don't see it come up here, but I'll take your word for it. HASSANTETTEH. Oh yeah, you can get it on Amazon. Yeah, Smart Healthcare Radio. All right, let's give that book to you. And I just ask you to do one thing. If you can just when you do take the book, and tell everyone what your
My superpower.
Your superpower.
I have a lot of superpowers, but I think my superpower is moving fast.
All right. Okay.
Taking a quick opportunity.
All right. Who else connected with me?
Follow.
Like that young lady right there. Okay, we need to know what her superpower is.
My superpower is comprehension.
Comprehension. Okay.
Comprehension. My superpower is connecting. So definitely after the first conversation, if I'm not knowledgeable about the subject, the next time we talk, I know what we talk about.
Okay, great. So I'm going to end. This is minute 3. I just want to say I know there are only 3 books, but if anybody connects with me on LinkedIn and sends me a DM, I'll make sure you get a book if you want an autograph for it. But do buy the book. I think you'll enjoy it. I hope that was enough of a teaser to make you wonder, why am I called the unicorn? And I'm going to end with this. I'm going to tell you my superpower. And I never really thought about this until I had an opportunity to visit with a very powerful brother who happens to be the CEO of an organization called Vituity. It's a wonderful, wonderful organization, and this brother also has very similar background to me, and he just recently wrote a book called The Less Than 1%. I was on his podcast, and he told me he was going to ask me questions, and he said, I might ask you what your superpower is, and I wasn't prepared for the question. And sure enough, he asked me the question when I was least prepared for it. And I kind of stalled. He was like right where Clayton is. He said, so what's your superpower, Doc? And I said, yeah. And right behind him, he had some action figures. He had Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman, Flash. And so I stalled a little bit. I said, oh, look at those action figures behind there. I said, you ever watch that movie and remember when the Flash was sitting in the Batmobile with Batman and they're having a conversation? I'm going to tell you what happened if those of you don't know this scene. But they're sitting in the Batmobile. Batman's there and the Flash is there. And he's like, man, I just met Wonder Woman. She's amazing. Superman he can fly. He can do all kinds of things. He's got X-ray vision. I can run really fast. I'm super fast. And he looks at Batman. And he says, what's your superpower? And Batman says, I'm rich. That's the superpower. So while I'm telling him this story, I stalled enough to say, and that's what my superpower is. My superpower is I am rich in experience. And that experience has given me heart. Not because I'm a heart surgeon, but because heart means something. The H is for being humble. And I'm humble and I have humility because I've had a lot of failures in my life. The E is for ethereal. Because it's only by God's grace that I'm here in front of all of you right now. And you all know, if you know anything about Broadway Junction back in the 80s and 90s and the 70s, you know it is by God's grace that I'm sitting here. The A is for being affable. And for always caring about others and hoping that they care about me. And then the R is for being resilient. Because it takes a lot of resilience to grow up in Brooklyn. It takes a lot of resilience to make it through a career in the military. It takes a lot of resilience to do anything great in AI and anything in life. And the T is for being tenacious. And thank you all for that attention.
That was wonderful.
That was minute 4, I think.
Wow. Wow, I'm almost speechless. It was very rare for me to be like that, but I am going to ask, anybody have a question? Only one question, then we're going to stand up, have some other calls and whatever. Anybody have a question?
I have a question for Mr. Hip Hop.
Okay, you'll do that together. Anyone have a question for the doctor? All right, then let's take a break. Oh, Lord. So, yes, let's take a little break. Only 5 minutes. We've got Nima coming, and then the rest of you, whoever wants something to say. All right? Let's get this done. Take a little moment. Get yourself together. Yeah, get it together. All the speakers are up here still, more than willing to talk and all that kind of good stuff. Oh, come on.
I was at the event at Columbia.
Oh, you were at the conference. Oh, okay. You're not leaving yet, are you?
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
wanted to talk to him and him. I work for the Fortune Society and we do a tech fair for our participants every year. And this year we're taking it off-site. We're partnered with John Jay to do it. Oh, wow.